Hello everyone. I need to show you how to attach AWS Managed Policy. In the theory lecture, we have gone through what is AWS Managed Policy, what is Custom Managed Policy, right? So for that, to explain AWS Managed Policy hands-on, I have come up with a scenario, right? Let me go through the scenario and then we will see using AWS Managed Policy, how can we address this particular demand or scenario? So Cloud World, just assume it's a company. Cloud World Solution is deploying a new web application that uses EC2 for the application server, RDS for the database, and CloudWatch for monitoring and logging. That means I have just talked about 3 AWS service. Which AWS service, guys? I have talked about EC2. This is EC2, right? Let me use the red pen. I have just talked about EC2, right? I have talked about RDS and I have talked about CloudWatch. Okay, and we need to provide full access, grant full access to this particular support engineer. So Jamie needs full access to RDS, full access to CloudWatch, and full access to EC2. Okay, and now we can use AWS Managed Policy to address this particular requirement. All right, so let's get into the console and I will show you how to utilize AWS Managed Policy. So first we need to create user Jamie. So as you can see, I am in IAM dashboard, right? Let's click on create user and I need to write, what is the username? I just forgot. Jamie. Okay, so that's the username. We need AWS Management Console access. We need to create IAM user and I need to create a custom password. I have already explained the basics in previous lectures, I believe, right? User need not to change the password. Let's click on next and attach policies directly. Okay, I am using this particular option. This is not the best practice, guys. We can use this particular option, but here I am, I really want to show you how to attach policy directly, and that to AWS Managed Policy, guys. So let's select this option. Here you can see lot of AWS Managed Policy, hundreds of AWS Managed Policy. How can you identify whether it's a custom policy, customer managed policy, or AWS Managed Policy? Well, the policy which is delivered by AWS, and you can see in front of that policy if AWS Managed is written, that means it's a AWS Managed Policy. Now here you can see we need to grant full access to Jamie for EC2, RDS, and CloudWatch. So you type EC2 full access and you got the AWS Managed Policy, EC2 full access. What is second policy, guys? CloudWatch. Let me type CloudWatch full access. CloudWatch is also done. Now RDS full access, RDS full access. Okay, so here we have attached 3 AWS Managed Policy, guys: EC2 full access, CloudWatch full access, and RDS full access, and we are attaching this policy to user Jamie. Let's click on next and you can see permission summaries: AWS EC2 full access, RDS full access, and CloudWatch full access. We have just utilized AWS Managed Policy. All right, let's click on create user and you can see as soon as you create the user, you get the detail. This URL you can share with the user Jamie and you can share the password. Basically you can simply download the file. We all know that. I have shared these basics in previous lecture. Now I can simply copy the URL and I know the password. So let me do one thing here. Let me new private window. Let me open it. Let me paste it. It is taking some time. Okay, so let me write a username, Jamie, and the password. I already know the password. Let me hit the enter button. Now I have just logged in as Jamie. Can you see the top rightmost corner? Right? Let me first type EC2 and let me open EC2 in new tab. I have full EC2 access, guys. So all the EC2 options I should be able to avail. I can show you. Click on launch instance and here let me type EC2 name test. I just want to show you that yes, I as Jamie, I do have the access to EC2 dashboard. Let me select everything as is. This is not EC2 lecture. You will learn all these things during EC2 lecture. Okay. Let me simply click on launch instance and you can see, guys, I am able to create EC2 instance. Right now let me click on this EC2 instance which I have just created, guys. I have just enhanced the font, increased the font and instance state. Let me terminate the EC2 instance. Click on terminate and I as Jamie, I was able to create EC2 instance. Now I am able to delete EC2 instance because I have full EC2 instance. Similarly, if I type RDS, let me open in new tab, and if I type CloudWatch, let me open in new tab. So here RDS, you can see I should be able to create RDS as well, and I should be able to utilize CloudWatch. Do not worry, we will learn CloudWatch and RDS, but here I am talking about using the AWS managed policy. User Jamie is having full access on EC2 instance, RDS and CloudWatch. I hope I made sense and now you know how to utilize AWS managed policy. I have just given you one example. There can be thousands of examples, guys. Alright. In next lecture, I will show you how to utilize customer managed policy. I will see you guys in the next lecture. Thank you, guys.